wanna stay here with you. You are a ranger, so I am a lucky man. I am a lucky man. You are my favorite song. I am a lucky man. 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 I am a lucky man.
SPD, welcome to the show for everyone. This is Extra Speed on Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makurdi. I am King James YiYE. This Friday, I'm not alone. I am with
Mmemshima King.
Jennifer Ikpila.
Right, so you know how we do it here. Monday to Friday, we bring talk of your own life, and you love it. So if you want to be a part of Extra Speed today, you call us on 8. That's 08084 275464. That's 08084 275464 to contribute on what we're talking about. So what are we talking about? This radio talk, and we've done 101, so we're just thinking that maybe it's a step forward. But you can call to ask all the questions you want to ask about radio, and especially asking radio. But again, you know, we've gone out on the streets, the Salama Shagodobi team, as always and as usual, to find out how people on the streets would love to be radio presenters as well. So this time they are not asking questions, but they are doing radio presentation on the streets. So perhaps they've got a talent. We don't know their background, but they are doing radio. If you call us and you want to just do a short presentation on the phone, that's well okay. You can do that as well. But if you want to just ask a question about asking radio or radio, yes, you can go ahead and ask. Don't ask us about another radio, just asking radio or radio. So we call it Radio Talk on Extra Speed today. Okay, so guys, we start with Alama Shagodobi team.
Yeah.
All right, so street presenters, we call them that time, but of course, let's hear what they're saying.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
All right. Welcome everyone to Asking Radio, where the airwaves come alive with the pulse of your favorite tunes. I'm Dorothy, your guide on this sonic journey. Oh, okay. I'll be around by CeeLo Green and Timbaland. I could possibly be inconspicuous when my flow is fucking ridiculous. That's when I'm accent. I said I'm from the south, and some of the most beautiful things come out my mouth.
Right. So it would be fun if you have a radio, perhaps you're not playing music, and when you want to play a song, you now mime the song. Would it be
nice.
fun?
I think it will be fun.
So if you don't have music, what song would you sing?
Me?
Yes, you.
Maybe I'll just look for any of Celine Dion's music.
Okay,
and
sing one.
I know. I'm not singing anything.
I'm she.
No way.
Okay, Jennifer, which one would you sing like this, babe?
My kind of songs, I'll not sing.
Well, your kind of songs you would not sing.
What I want to sing may not be allowed here. So,
So why do you sing a song that would not be allowed here? Because that's Dorothy. Yeah, as a presenter on Asking Radio, and then of course we play everything. So it's not as if we don't play. It is percentage of 80s and 90s. It's just what is stopping and the years. Listen to this.
We play them all. 5 decades of hits. 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and today.
Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. Catch us if you can.
That's right. So
yes.
You sing.
So the songs in the 80s and 90s, yeah, I love them. I love listening to them. I know a few of them, but I'm not so conversant with them, the lyrics.
Okay,
Yeah.
but it's Niger song you want to sing.
No, which Niger
it?
song?
I don't know.
African Queen by Two-Face.
Two-Face.
Is that what you want to sing?
No, I just want to sing any other Two-Face song.
Okay, we're listening.
Okay, you're my African queen.
But that's the same one.
Okay, you just showed me that one, so I said, let me sing it.
All right, it's Extra Speed and it's Radio Talk. Call now 08084 275464. We're live on YouTube as well. So if you are on Facebook on our page, Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makadi, on Facebook you see the link here and just click on it and watch us on YouTube. That's if you're listening in Makudi and you have your loved ones elsewhere and you don't want them to miss out on Radio Talk, yes, tell them to head on to YouTube and they will find us there. That's youtube.com/C/Asking Radio, and they'll find us there and just follow. It's Radio Talk, yeah, so you can call 08084275464 and ask us question about Asking Radio or radio. Don't go so back into the history of radio. If you've been listening and certain things that have been asked, maybe you just avoid them to save time. But of course, we want to find out how people who are moving about their businesses, if given a chance, they would be presenters. You can call and comment on their presentation as well. Back to Alama Shagudubi.
Right.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this program. I go by the name Ali Samuel, also known as Cyborg, and you are on to let's start again. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Benue State. You are on to Ali Samuel, also known as Cyborg, and you are listening to Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM, and I'm your host for today's program.
All right, so except for people who are listening to us for the first time on this, we've brought this before, right? And this guy made you guys crack.
Yeah. You know, everyone seems presentation is easy. It's not just to say this. Till you're given a chance to try. Just like he tried there and he exclaimed, hey.
Everything flew outside.
And the listener out there is feeling it's not just good morning, this is Extra Speed on Asking Radio 98.5. But it's when you're supposed to actually do it and you see you have that fright in you.
And sometimes even besides fright, you will find yourself not knowing what to say again. So you're sitting there and you have so many things to contend with. It depends. Some radio stations, the presenter sits there and they have nothing to do with equipment. Even at that, it's not going to be easy. So the first time I went on air on the 2nd day of June 1999 to do artist showcase, I went to the music library on Katampe Hills, Aso Radio. So I got my music, I got my CDs, I thought everything was right. So while doing the show, my feature was Brandy. So I picked a Monica CD and The Boy Is Mine, which is a duet. It appears on Monica and Brandy's album. So I checked Brandy and I concentrated. So The Boy Is Mine, I rather just gave the announcer a cue on the Monica CD. So when it was time for the song to play, after I introduced the song, she was busy waving the CD at me like, go, continue talking. Because the CD, it was at that point that she noticed it had a crack. Then it was not computers. Okay. So she was doing me continue. So I had to get it fast. Imagine my first day on radio. And I had to keep talking, because I knew something was wrong. She was flashing the CD, but the reflection was getting into my eyes from the other side. I didn't understand what was happening. But I didn't hear music, so I had to continue. So being on radio, that is how, not just versatile, but always prepared for anything. You just have to, move on. Sometimes the listener think you are superhuman and you shouldn't make mistakes. So whatever you want to think about radio presenters and all of that, you can call us. It's your chance now. 08084 275464. That's 08084 275464. Extra speed on 98.5 Speed FM. So, what do you hear about radio presenters outside, Memshi?
Basically, it's their accent,
People complain.
No, they don't really complain like that, but just few people that I know about that they've complained about their accent, trying
fake
to
accent?
fake,
Yeah.
trying to fake it, and when they're now moving smoothly, and next thing they now like slip of tongue or something,
Or they jam a log of wood and they trip.
Yeah. So basically, those are the things. Then with presenters are like presenting, and they now mix the L and R. They laugh, but then I don't know.
That's a normal thing.
Yeah, it's a normal thing, but I wonder why people laugh.
It's a normal thing. If you say reggae,
It's still reggae,
all right. I don't think, for me, that's never an issue. There are a few things like the faking part is actually what I abhor strictly. I don't like it. So what do you hear outside, Jennifer?
So radio presenters, some of them, I hear a lot of good things about them. Yeah, aside their accent, people overrate radio presenters. I give myself as an example. I was somewhere in Boku, and some person saw me, and because I was wearing asking radio shirts, they just said, one man, I think he noticed, he just said, "Is this Jennifer?" And I said, "Yes." And they argued hell out that, "No, this is not Jennifer." I don't know whether they were expecting one very huge person. Like, they said, "This cannot be Jennifer. You're too small to be the Jennifer that talks on radio." So I don't really know how presenters are looked out, whether they are expected to be one kind of huge, I don't know. But then
I think, Memchi, what do you think?
I don't know what to say, but I feel like at times your voice, people like imagine you in their head, and when they see you, they're like, okay, is this
the
person, So you wonder, like, how do you really expect me to look like, because back then, not like now that people stream these things on air now that you can see them. Then it was just blind,
Yeah, blind media.
Yeah, so when you now see the person, you're like, you have good voice and everything, and what I'm seeing doesn't look like, that kind of a thing. So
yeah, so sometimes they feel because the voice is enticing, your looks should also follow suit. So when they see you and you're not so glaring, they're like, is this the person that talks to me? I don't know whether the voice has something to do with the looks.
So what do they expect?
They're supposed to see one very cute diamond queen.
Yeah, that's true.
I personally, years back, years ago, I personally met with one presenter. She had a very golden voice, and when I saw her, I was quite disappointed. So even with me, I've experienced because she didn't look beautiful at all.
That's true.
I'm so sorry, but she didn't look nice. So I was expecting somebody very classy and nice. And
you guys are not fair to radio presenters.
No, but that's just the truth. That's the truth. The people behind that voice, wow, yeah.
I'm telling you, I suffered it myself. Somebody saw me and said, "This cannot be Jennifer."
Well, they thought you were too small.
Yes.
but that's their thinking, because if you're a woman and you have a bit of masculine voice, yes, maybe they should think you should be bigger than where you are. But for me, the disappointment has been about my size generally, because they expected to see a giant. So when they say, is that King James? The difference is when they hear my voice, they recognize that's the same
person.
Yeah, that's the same person. So it's worse with radio presenters whose voice on radio is different from what they speak outside, because once they sit here, a lot of them fake what they're saying. So outside, it doesn't align. That's why in most cases people doubt. A blind man came to see me and he was asking about King James, and I didn't even know a
blind man came to see you.
A blind man came to see me, actually. Yeah, if a blind man visits, because he said I wanted to see King James.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like on appointment. The next thing he says, but it looks like that's King James.
Okay.
because that's the voice. That's what he said. So a blind man came to see me. Actually,
and that looks like King James. that
Well,
looks like King James.
he said it.
I think he would have said sound.
That
The
sounds
sound.
like. Well, he says that looks like King
Yeah.
James because of the voice.
Yeah.
So I think I didn't doubt his sense of
of course.
sight.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
sometimes maybe they say from
They-
the mind. I don't know.
yeah, that's true. That's very true.
He was meeting me for the first time. Two actually. All right, so it's extra speed and it's radio talk, and you can call 08084 275464. That's 08084 275464. Ask all the questions about radio, especially asking radio. If you've seen me somewhere and you've been disappointed, tell me. If you think I have a good voice but I'm ugly,
Tell me.
tell me. Well, that's up to you. Mmemshima doesn't think I'm ugly. All right, so Alamashagodobe team, we'll go back to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Asking Radio 98.5 FM.
Hello everyone, welcome to today's program. I'm Candido Saint Emanuela, also called Ella, and I am the host for today's program. This is Asking Radio 98.5 Speed FM. With live, I always look back as I walk away. This memory will last for eternity, and all of our tears will be lost in the rain till I find my way back to your arms again.
Until that. You know you are the queen of my heart.
Oh yeah, so you can sing. Okay, so let's talk about her, Ella.
Yeah, Ella. I like Ella.
Mm-hmm.
I like the name Ella.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I like Ella. Yeah. But I like
So
her
is it from
confidence.
the singing or from the presentation?
The presentation and the singing. She's good. She's natural. She's
Yeah.
raw. So I like her.
Okay, so the speed, are you comfortable with?
Maybe a little adjustment, you know.
Okay.
But I think people also feel as a presenter you must be on a fast speed. But I don't really think that.
Yeah.
You know.
Is assumption that you must be on the fast, even on the news. So sometimes they rap through the news and nobody
Yes.
knows what they're talking about. So this is English language that we're
Yeah.
broadcasting in, and typical Englishman doesn't even rap his
Rap it.
language.
Yeah, that's
They make
true.
sure that you hear what they're saying. That's the essence of communication. So for someone like Ella, she chewed some few words
Yeah.
like speed.
Speed.
Yeah, you can hear it.
Because she was rapping.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then asking. So when she's being trained, assuming that we have Ella here and we want to train her, we just brush her up
Yeah.
with a few of those things. All of us can be guilty. If you are in rapid speech, that's on the fast lane, on the speed lane, you can say speed FM.
Speed FM.
The D may not even be there.
Yeah.
98.5 speed FM. The D is not even there when you want to rap.
PFM.
That's PFM, yeah. But the name, which is the call sign, is very important. So no
Yeah.
matter what it is, 98.5 speed FM.
Yeah.
So you have to emphasize on that. So nobody is carrying the whip and saying, hey, rush it.
Yeah.
Because at the end, nobody knows what you're saying. So when you ask people to write the name of your radio, you find them saying things like Speed FM.
Really?
What did we have? BSU students coming on IT. Some of them were filling their forms, and we saw a lot of stuff there.
Okay, I didn't pay attention to
But
that.
we did. You've forgotten that
Maybe
first
I-
batch over a year ago.
Okay, yeah,
Some were
but I
not
can't
writing
remember.
speed. Like the Spice Center, people write
Spice. That one
Spice.
I know
Yeah.
of, yeah.
So how did they hear it?
I don't know how they maybe Rigdis trying
No,
to
but Rigdis also takes time.
speed, yeah, the Spice Center.
Yeah, it comes out because he knows that these are the very key things that you need to emphasize. So if you're
yeah.
listening and you think you don't have any question to ask about radio, fine, just be listening. But if you think you do, call us on 08084 275464. That's 08084 275464. It is extra speed, and we're here talking about radio on Radio Talk. If you want presenters to present in a special way, a certain way, you can also let us know. Not our presenters, maybe any other presenter elsewhere. They are listening. They listen to us, so they will learn from here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good
Morning.
morning.
What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Pius Angbo. I'm calling from Makadi.
Okay.
Right, Pius. This your number is so special. I'm saying. All right, go on,
with
Pius.
connection, you can get my number. Don't worry.
No problem. All right,
Well,
go
I'm
on.
just listening to you guys in the studio, and what Jennifer said just struck me about perception of physical appearance or whatever of radio presenters
Yeah.
by the communities and people who listen to the radio. First and foremost, you want to know that the evolution of the media was like it was like an opinion molding platform for a lot of people. And so when they find somebody who holds very strong and good opinion on issues, like you always discuss topical issues every day, Monday to Friday, they want to know who is this knowledgeable person, who is this sound person, who is this person that is always doing this. I'm not referring to Jennifer in particular now. So when they see the person eventually, it could be very tall guy, and they're like, this guy is too tall. They will judge you for your height. They will judge you for your weight. They will judge you for a lot of things. At that point, it won't matter to them what you're able to communicate, what you say to them, what they think they believe in. It forms an opinion on. They want to have an idea. They want to think that you should look certain way.
Yeah.
And so we've come across that a lot as in the media industry. But I like the fact that we do what we do, not minding what people feel out there, because in the end, it is what we're doing, it's not what we are. As in, it's the job we're called to do, it's what we know how to do, and so we do it at that. So I'll encourage presenters, do your best. And like King James says, if you have a Tiv accent, if you have an Idoma accent, if you have a Hausa accent, and you are in radio, please feel free and be yourself. Because by the day you want to talk and then you can't talk the way you talk on radio, people are like, this is exactly not real. And sometimes the pressure is also from stations, radio stations, television stations, on their staff to actually behave, speak certain way.
Right.
So when they're out of that environment that compels them to do that, and they're in their natural state, you now see that, this voice is not the same voice I hear on radio or on television. So, but on the whole, Asking Radio, you guys are the best. You are the best.
Thank you.
My stereo 247, and I enjoy the music and a lot of that.
All right. Thank you, Pius.
Thumbs up.
All right. Okay, so yeah, I like what he has said. Yeah, you just comment on what he has said.
Yeah, it's actually stressful faking your accent because you can't sustain that. Yeah, for me, it's stressful. Yeah, I attended one of my meetings and I spoke normal. To me, I was normal, and they were like, Jennifer, is it because you're working with Asking Radio? So I was like, I'm not even on air, so why are you asking me? Why are you like, is this
Hello?
Yeah,
hello, good morning.
Good morning, King James. Good morning, Mmemshima King.
Good morning.
And is Jennifer Ikpila there?
Yes.
This is, okay, good morning to her. This is Jida Sonjak, calling from Dobak, Makodi.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, nice topic. Yeah, I think radio is fun. It's good. You hear somebody, it keeps you in suspense. Though by the time you see the person, and it's totally different in physique from what you think he is. I think it's fun. It's actually fun. It keeps one in suspense.
Yeah.
But I have a contribution to make. When we were young, even in those days, in primary school, back then, they would ask us to read newspaper, they would ask us to listen to radio so that we can improve in our English, either vocabulary or grammar. Unfortunately, these days, when I listen to radio, especially news presenters, they don't pronounce it well. And then sometimes the news is full of grammatical error. I don't know. Is the presenter not free? Because some are so obvious. If the news has been edited, is the presenter not free to even correct it while reading? Because some are so obvious that, they just read it like that, and it dampens my spirit. And the radio is supposed to be the standard. So we cannot get the standard from there. Then this is unfortunate. So seriously, like even if you are a presenter, like I'm an Doberman, if I'm going to call any name that is Thief or any other name, I think I should have rehearsed it and call it properly so that people will not know that, oh, this guy don't think that I don't pronounce the name well. As a presenter, I should be versatile, so that it's a standard actually. So those are, I'm not talking about asking FM or asking radio, Speed FM, no. But I'm making statements generally. I listen to news a lot, so not even television, sometimes they make such a grammatical error mistake. And then I know you will agree with what I say. I've been listening to radio news around, and everywhere. Right. So I'm urging you people that are managers of radio to try to course your people, especially the presenters of news, so that they will be improved, and then the editors should actually edit the news very well, because if the news passes through the editors and then you still find that kind of errors, then I think then we are not growing. We are supposed to be growing.
Right.
Thank you very much. Those are my information. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so let me try to answer Engineer Akpa. If I leave out anything from what he has said, you remind me. Yes, he says radio was the standard. As kids growing up, you were asked to listen to radio. That's very true. If radio says you have to adjust your clock or watch because you believe radio more. Yeah. Someone is here. Okay, let's drop call. So for the errors on the news, I worked at Aso Radio where I started. So being on the news as an announcer, that let's say you're on a shift from 5:30 a.m. and you're closing at 12, and you're supposed to read the news. Not every announcer is newscaster, but you're supposed to read the news at 12 and then hand over to the person on afternoon shift. So you are already on the shift doing a lot of things. So the news call sign is being played at 12, and then the news has not come. Yeah. At all, but you are just sitting there waiting for the news. Then they open the door and give you the first page. Exactly. That's the headlines. You start reading them, and it's handwritten. So you start reading them, then they bring the first page. You go like that. It happened a lot at Aso Radio. I don't know if it is still happening. And other radio stations, they have told me that it happens as well. So it takes, I don't know whether I should say God's grace.
Super intelligent person, because at times some people's writing can be so bad.
I know of Primus Canova. He was, if you're in journalism, you know him. Primus would write roughly and then just send to you. Luckily enough for some of us, I don't know, we read from the mind. So I never made those mistakes, but if you give most of my colleagues, they will murder the news, including the grammatical errors. So, but I'm speaking the news. King James is speaking the news. So no matter how they wrote, with those errors, I wouldn't find myself. But that was a rare case.
Yeah. Hello. Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah. Good morning. Who do we have on the line?
Morning. This is Jeremiah Amenge.
Okay. Go on.
Yeah, sorry, before I call, I don't know that another person has called before, but the person I had last complain of the pronunciation of other languages. Yeah. So that reminds me to also call people to recommend for that. There's something that the presenters, not in the radio, they use broadcasters. So sometimes, as that man said, I forget the name, but
Engineer Akpa.
When you are calling another language name, that is most of my emphasis. Like you are calling a thief, you are broadcasting, and then the name comes or whatever maybe as a thief, you have to follow that way of thief spoken this thing, so that you can really get the pronunciation of that word correctly. Or if you are going to speak course in Idoma or Igede or whatever, or Hausa, that you are going to, no matter how that is, you.
Okay, it's becoming noise. Maybe it's by the roadside. But he's saying the same thing that Engineer Akpa said, so I was answering him. So calling of names, yes, even at the BBC, they would call us Nigerians, and that's if Oyibo is about to read the news and it's a Nigerian name, for instance, they'll call me, and then you sit and rehearse them before the news. So they would try to Mark me, try to, because they are never going to get
Get
it.
it as another party, yes.
So you try to, get as close
To
to
the
the name as
pronunciation,
possible.
yeah.
So what happens in the spoken world is even the Tiv names, I'm a Tiv man, but if you leave me speaking Tiv, for instance, and I say, like, one of the commissioners at BCEC is Theodore, is it Uchi, either Uchi or Uchi? But when you speak in English and you mix in another language, you are not necessarily 100% going to say BCEC commissioner for this, Theodore Uchi. You say Theodore Uchi and move on. So the man might feel my name is Uchi, not Uchi. But because of the inflections in the other language I'm mixing, so sometimes it's not that easy.
That's true.
I'm not speaking for broadcasters who deliberately just ignore those things. Some of them actually is annoying. The way they do is annoying, actually. So these are some of the things. So, Engineer Akbar, I hope did I mention every
you
key thing?
did. You did. You mentioned everything.
So that was the thing. Now, another thing is radio stations are so many now. Standard obviously dropped long time ago, and people just copy news online from all sources and also don't check anything. So as the mistakes are put online there, that is how they too go ahead. So a lot of laziness.
So you see a presenter struggling with the script in the studio.
So that is that. Okay, so it's Radio Talk or 98.5 Speed FM Makudi. And let's go back to the streets.
All right.
Hi everyone. I'm Anwangi Patience Sedon. Welcome to Accent Studio 98.5 Speed FM. Today I am your host. Picture perfect. Justin Bieber and Ed Sheeran. Picture perfect. You don't need no filter. That was actually funny. Okay. Go just make and drop dead, you're a killer. Sure you with all my attention. Yeah, these are my only intention. And that's okay.
She has a nice voice.
Freestyle.
Yes.
Yeah, her voice is so sweet.
Well, I think we just met her on the streets.
Yeah, so if she knows it's a serious business, I think she would do well.
Yeah.
She's good, if you ask me. I like her voice.
Yeah, she has a good voice. But you can excuse her for saying she's sleeping on the mic because you just met her on the street. So if you bring her forward and you are sure she's interested in radio, I think
she can do it.
She can do it, right? But of course, you can call and tell us as well. You are the judges. Call us on 08084275464. That's 08084275464, and tell us about the street presenters as well, and ask any questions or your observations about radio and what's happening.
Or you can even try making the presentation yourself. I think the last time someone tried.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it wasn't easy, so you can also try if you think it's so simple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who tried? That's
someone that calls behind IBB Square. What's his name?
Was it IBB Square?
Yeah, he called. Peter. Yes, thank you.
Peter tried.
Yeah.
There was another guy that tried.
Who is he? Gogo?
No. It's I've forgotten his name. Kizito.
Oh, Kizito. Okay. Oh, yeah, it was Kizito.
He wanted to present xTRa Speed.
And
he discovered it wasn't that easy.
It's not easy, seriously.
Okay.
You know, my first try, in my mind, I was like, God, don't disgrace your ancestors. Like, don't, you have to do it.
Okay, so call us, and you can try to be a radio presenter as well if you can. Hello, good morning.
Okay.
Captain Edward, good morning.
Yeah,
very well. So,
what other people are society is good, particularly the ladies. The ladies make a lot of mistakes when presenting news. They pronounce some words in a very fast manner. Sometimes the way they call people's names, they will they are trying to use it to copy, maybe to speak like European. No. Speak the way God has created you and where you come from. So that is how God created them. With that kind of voice. But when you are trying to change your voice to match like their own voice, you definitely will be making a mistake.
Yeah.
So those working, for example, the one you were through all the time, you cannot even pronounce your name well. All the time called KiNG JAMES YiYE. You don't know what is YiYE. Whoever is listening to you don't know what is YiYE. YiYE, you are listening to your father's name. No, but you should try it. You know, even the European man there, he does it correctly.
Okay.
I wonder why an Africa and I don't know where she come from.
Okay, thank you. She's not. Your line is not well.
It's
Okay,
not that, yeah.
it's not clear. Engineer Captain Edward. Captain Edward is concerned with somebody calling my name.
Yeah, he doesn't like that
He
at
doesn't
all.
like-
That,
but
yeah, it
it's not
doesn't
an
sit well for him.
I think that's deliberate.
No,
It's
no,
not
it wasn't
deliberate.
deliberate.
It's
The YiYE.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't deliberate, and
Oh.
this is not as not an African. This is an American saying this, and we try to correct that.
Yeah.
This is what he's talking about. Let's see.
Welcome to Ask King Radio, playing the best of 80s and 90s music with King James YiYE.
All right, so that's an American.
Yeah.
Rick Dees is an American as well, but
Yiye. He says Yiye.
yeah, Rick Dees
Yeah.
says yeah, very well. So probably that's where
He's not.
yeah, he's thinking that if Rick Dees can do it,
Exactly. Why can't the other person
do it? Yeah.
do that?
So what do you have to say? Is it easy?
It's not easy.
It's not. But it's fun hearing the YiYE for me.
It is for me.
I
too.
do. But
It is for me as well. And we corrected that, and we rehearsed her to pronounce Yiye, which she did. Unfortunately, I don't even know where that one is.
No.
So we are left with YiYE,
YiYE.
which he's not comfortable with.
It's not at all.
And I think one of the reasons why he's thinking that way is he's thinking that the lady is an African.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
why he came up with
Exactly.
ladies.
Yeah, exactly. So she's not an African. She is an American. So yes, maybe he can excuse
Huh?
yeah for a while because she is not.
And then, like you said, radio presenters are also humans. And so maybe if somebody doesn't get a name right, there's still an opportunity to also train yourself to get those names correctly, especially when they are not from your own language.
But even you're from your own team. You know what happened to you that other time.
Yes, I feel attacked right now.
Yeah,
because
so
there are
you
names
couldn't-
that
Wait, let's expose you. They held it before, but let's say it again.
I feel attacked. You wouldn't have
Bako.
started.
No.
You calm down. You couldn't pronounce Bako. You couldn't pronounce Nga. You couldn't pronounce Mbara. Well, and what again? Say it yourself.
I pronounced the words the way I saw it. Yes. But then there's one thing I've discovered, that there are names in TIFF that though they have that, the spelling is like that, the pronunciations are different. Yeah, so if you're not from that area...
No, Bambara is the same way it's pronounced. Bako is the same. It doesn't have an M. So what you did was...
I think I said Mbera also. I think
Yeah,
I
you
said
said Mbera.
Yeah,
It's
instead of
Mbera.
Mbera. So because I'm not from that that area, so I've never heard of that name. So
And
I had
one
to
of our number one fans came here.
to attack me.
Yeah, he said, I'm here to quarrel Jennifer. Why would she pronounce...
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I learned my lesson that I don't just look at a name.
But I recorded it and sent to you.
The exposure is too much.
too
I
much.
beg.
I've received all the bullets.
Well, that's behind the scenes already.
Behind the scenes.
Now let's see what the reference from Captain Edwards is, and I will go back to what Pius said. There's one thing he says. This is what Captain Edward refers to.
Listen, every day, don't forget to tune in right here, 98.5 Speed FM. Makati, you got King James YiYE and Susie Sparkles. They're phenomenal right here on Speed FM 98.5.
Okay. So, but I did a lot of transcribing, sort of, for Rick, you know. And sometimes you send voice note. Not sometimes. Sometimes you tell them you send a voice note and they rehearse before they get his name. So it's not that easy, Captain Edwards. So maybe just pardon King James YiYE for now.
I actually like the YiYE.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, who do we have on the line? Eric. Okay.
Oh no,
it's so
line is so bad. Okay, so Pius said something that for presenters faking accent, sometimes it is the pressure they have from where they are working.
Even from the auditioning, like
you just have to be fake.
Yes, they during auditioning they want to get the accent.
Fakeness.
Yes, yes. I have a friend that is a presenter, and when we converse, she's totally different. Like she's not even close to what I hear on radio.
Exactly.
So I'm like, how are you able to balance it?
Yeah,
it's stressful.
So, so how do they do it?
I don't know, but they are experts. If you ask me, at times, like for me, it's when they rap it, and I'm like, your lungs are they not suffering? You know. I'm like, if I'm your lungs, I wouldn't want to be you because the stress. And then these are people that they went to this normal primary school and secondary. I'm wondering, when did you get that accent, you know? It's funny, but I just feel people should be real and just take it slowly and easy, you know? So,
moreover, the essence of communication is for the message to be clear.
Yeah. And I feel that's the reason why when fans, they meet their the main presenter or their idol, you know, and they are now speaking, they are like, okay, there's something different, you know. Once you hear someone speaking on the radio, you assume the person is super intelligent, you know, and at times they try to bully people, especially the callers. They bully them very well. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I called earlier, but it seems my network is
Yeah. What's the name?
Like I said, I'm Eric speaking Hanya.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I want to appreciate presenters so much because it's a huge task. You know, for someone that doesn't belong to the same ethnic group as you, but can try to pronounce your name as me.
I think he really needs
the background is echoing.
Exactly.
At least I could get his message.
Yeah, what's it saying?
Yeah, he's appreciating presenters. He says for some other persons, it's not easy trying to get names of other languages.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he appreciates the effort of presenters.
Well, having said that, I think the concerns of Engineer Akpa, they are real and genuine, and presenters they just need to make efforts because that's why you are here. And again, Pius complimented that by saying that, look, this is what our job is, and also we have to do it. So for the other organizations that are necessarily forcing presenters into not being comfortable with what they say and faking accent, I don't think that's right. For me, I don't think that's right because it irritates me. If you grew up elsewhere or maybe you have a background and you speak like English people, fine, that's natural.
Yeah.
But when you're here and you're just trying to, it doesn't flow
exactly
with the speed.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, I like I was saying, I said that for someone to be able to pronounce your name as it is, having your native name, knowing the fact that that person doesn't belong to the same ethnic group with you. It requires a high level of professionality.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, most presenters like King James YiYE did justice to that, pronouncing correctly. But then, people, I don't know why some people are trying to criticize their ability to pronounce those names. It's not easy. So, I want to beg the listeners to understand the fact that a presenter is not an intern. It requires professionality. So if they can, like, the way that foreign person trying to pronounce YiYE and the way she pronounced, it just like, I don't actually understand what she was trying to say. But then, King James YiYE, we understand that his name that the lady was trying to pronounce. So, I really appreciate presenters.
Right.
They are intelligent.
Thank you.
And really, really overwhelming.
Thank you. Okay, so we understand him now.
Yeah.
Not too clear, but at least. So he's saying that.
Yeah, we should. Listeners should at least learn to appreciate presenters, and even in as much as that lady called Yai, but we knew that that's YiYE, you know. So we should appreciate them. They are trying, and you need a real professional like King James YiYE that pronounces words accurately the way they are. You know, so basically
the award-winning presenter.
All right, thank you for appreciating me. It's not easy, actually.
Yeah.
It's not easy. So, express speed, 5 minutes to go, and we're talking radio. So you can call us now, 08084 275464. That's 08084 275464, and ask question about radio.
Hello, good morning. Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Yes, it's Giraffe back online.
Okay.
Yes, I think I said the honest left. The issue is that a lot of people have misunderstanding my statement. I was not in any way critical or trying to criticize presenters, but I was urging them to make effort to do the right thing. Yeah, I'm not professionals in that field. I'm an engineer. When I do my work, I should do it professionally. The broadcaster should learn to do it professionally. Let us listen to the former Minister of Information, Professor Jerry Gada. Say, if you're a teacher, teach well. If anything you do it well. You make an effort to do it well. A lot of people are listening to you. And I said radio is supposed to be the standard. We learn, our children learn. So they should improve on it. That's what we are saying. Nobody is nailing them to the cross. But whatever profession, whatever job you are doing, you must improve on it. Otherwise, you are not worthy to be there. Yeah, that is right. So people saying, don't criticize this, let me understand that. Why are you there? If you cannot do that job, go and do another job. To do the right thing. That is the problem with Nigeria. If somebody is corrupt, the other people go behind. This is Nigeria. They look and allow him, don't pursue him, do this, and will continue to suffer. I must always say the right thing, no matter whose off is God. Praise. Presenters, let them try to do their job better than what they are doing now. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think he's right. As I said, even though no professionals is in no job, but the point is, okay, try to do it.
Yeah, and
better.
keep on learning.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so, yeah, that's a good point you made. Some presenters that I've come across, they just think they know it all.
Exactly.
And I had colleagues at SO Radio that would think, when I was doing the analysis, I would say, hey, you guys think because you're sitting on radio this side, you compare yourself to a professor that you are, and the listener is in the kindergarten, and you get it all wrong. There are people who have been there. In English, you're trying to speak and fake. They will even teach you.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so why are you, just doing, so, but again, that is it. We just need to, step up the game.
Yeah.
So we have someone here. We try to listen.
Okay.
Good morning this morning. Welcome to the radio for everyone. My name is Umsote Aze. I'll be your host on ASCII Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makodi. I say a little prayer by Aretha Franklin. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you.
That's nice.
Yeah. So obviously she's been listening to us and trying to get to our lines. That's music of your life. You say radio of your life or something.
Yeah, radio of your life.
Or something.
Yeah, I can't really. Let's play it again, right?
Good morning this morning. Welcome to the radio for everyone. My name is Umsote Aze. I'll be your host on ASCII Radio 98.5 Speed FM Makodi. I say a little prayer by Aretha Franklin. The moment I wake up, before I put on my makeup, I say a little prayer for you.
Okay, so she's young, but she loves old school.
Yeah. I think I wasn't really an Aretha Franklin fan like that.
Queen of Soul.
I wasn't. I'm sorry to say that. But I think watching animations with my kids made me love her music.
You started getting to know her songs. Okay, guys, it's time to just say bye.
Okay, bye.
See you on Monday.